awakening of a true man. In today's world, where appearance often overshadows authenticity, the real art of attraction doesn't lie in looks, money, or social status. It lies in psychology. And if you've clicked on this video, it means one thing: you're ready. Ready to evolve. Ready to rise. Ready to become the man you were meant to be. This isn't just another pickup video or a list of shallow tips. This is a deeper journey into your charisma, your confidence, and your inner power. What you're about to learn are 7 psychological techniques that can create magnetic attraction. These aren't tricks. They're principles rooted in psychology, neuroscience, and years of observation. Have you ever noticed that some men walk into a room and instantly command attention? Not by being loud, not by trying too hard, but simply by being? That's not luck. That's not something you're born with. That's a cultivated presence. And the good news is, you can develop it too. These techniques are the same ones used by powerful speakers, world leaders, actors, and high-level entrepreneurs. Men who understand the subtle psychology of influence and connection. This isn't about pretending to be someone else. It's about discovering who you really are and learning how to amplify your presence so that women naturally feel drawn to you. Because here's the truth most men don't know. You don't have to be the richest man in the room to be the most attractive. You don't have to look like a movie star to make a woman's heart race. And you definitely don't have to memorize cheesy pickup lines to make a real, lasting impression. What you do need is to understand how attraction works on a psychological level. Women are not as visual as men when it comes to attraction. They respond to vibes, to emotions, to energy. They fall for the feeling you give them, not the car you drive or the clothes you wear. So in this video, we'll break down 7 powerful psychological triggers that make women stop, look twice, and think, "Who is that guy?" These aren't surface-level tips. These are the tools that change how people feel around you. That's real power. That's long-term impact. But here's the catch. None of this will work unless you're willing to show up, to apply, to practice, to evolve. This journey isn't for the lazy. It's for the men who want more. More confidence, more presence, more success in relationships, and most importantly, more control over their lives. And if that's you, then congratulations. You're already ahead of 99% of men out there who are still waiting for life to change on its own. You're here. You're ready. Let's dive into the 7 psychological techniques every man must know, starting with the first, and perhaps the most powerful of them all. Let's begin. The power of controlled presence. How to make her feel you without saying a word. Before you say a single word, before you even make eye contact, she already knows something about you. Women are biologically wired to scan a man's presence, his energy, posture, expression, and movement within seconds. And it's in this unspoken moment that the first impression is made. This is where the first psychological technique comes into play. Controlled presence. What is controlled presence? It's the ability to hold space confidently, calmly, and with purpose. Think about the men who walk into a room and instantly shift the energy, not by being loud or flashy, but by simply existing in full control of themselves. That's controlled presence. And it's magnetic to women. Presence is built from 3 core elements: stillness, eye contact, unrushed movement. Let's break each one down. 1. Stillness. Silence is strength. Most men fidget, look around nervously, or constantly check their phone. That's anxiety on display. A man who is still, who stands or sits with calm composure, sends a powerful signal. I'm comfortable with myself. I'm not trying to prove anything. I am enough. Stillness triggers a deep subconscious reaction in women. It tells her you're stable, grounded, and confident, all traits deeply associated with strength and leadership. Try this. Next time you're in a social situation, resist the urge to move unnecessarily. Take a breath. Own your space. Let others move around you while you remain solid. It will change how people perceive you. 2. Eye contact. The silent conversation. Eye contact is one of the most ancient and primal forms of connection. It creates intimacy, trust, and dominance, depending on how you use it. The key isn't just to make eye contact, it's to hold it calmly, without pressure. You're not staring. You're not challenging. You're simply observing her, with interest, but from a place of inner calm. If you look away too fast, it communicates nervousness. If you hold too long with tension, it feels aggressive. But if you hold steady eye contact, then smile gently, you've just delivered a powerful message. I see you. I'm not afraid. I'm in control. And believe this, women feel it immediately. 3. Unrushed movement. Time bends around you. Most men rush. They walk fast, talk fast, and act like they're always in a hurry. That energy screams insecurity. A man who moves slowly, who takes his time to speak, to walk, to turn his head, projects an aura of power. It says, I control my world. I'm not reacting to life. I'm leading it. That's attractive on a deep psychological level. Why? Because women are biologically drawn to security. And nothing feels more secure than a man who is in control of his own tempo. Bonus element. The power of the pause. Pausing before you speak shows confidence. Most men jump to fill silence. But when you take a beat, just a second or two before answering, it shows that you're thoughtful, unshaken, and not desperate to impress. It's these small things, the stillness, the pace, the pauses, that create the psychological impression of leadership. And leadership, in the mind of a woman, is irresistible. Real-world example, the alpha without words. Think about any James Bond movie. Bond doesn't talk much. He doesn't rush. He enters a room with deliberate stillness, scans the space, locks eyes calmly, and moves like he owns the environment. That's controlled presence. It's not fantasy. It's a blueprint. And guess what? You don't need to be a spy or wear a tux to do this. You just need to slow down, breathe, and practice awareness. How to build it? Practice standing or sitting in complete stillness for 5 minutes a day. Let your mind slow down with your body. Record yourself entering a room and analyze your posture, eye contact, and pace. When speaking with someone, count 1, 2 silently before replying. Notice how that pause shifts the dynamic. In a crowd, practice observing quietly rather than being the center of attention. Let your calm speak for you. Controlled presence isn't about faking anything. It's about becoming deeply connected to yourself. When a man is rooted in his body, calm in his thoughts, and present in his energy, people feel it. And women, they don't just notice, they remember. Because presence, when mastered, is louder than words, and far more seductive. Emotional anchoring. How to make her associate you with powerful feelings. Attraction isn't logical, it's emotional. A woman doesn't fall for you because you tick all the boxes. She falls for the way you make her feel. This brings us to one of the most powerful psychological techniques in attraction: emotional anchoring. What is emotional anchoring? In psychology, anchoring refers to creating a mental and emotional link between a feeling and a person, place, or thing. If you can anchor yourself to positive emotions in her mind, she won't just like you. She'll crave being around you, often without even knowing why. Think about it. Have you ever smelled a certain perfume and suddenly remembered a specific person or moment? That's anchoring. Emotions are sticky, and once they attach to something, they stay. In relationships, this means if you consistently make her feel joy, curiosity, excitement, or even calm and safety, she will begin to associate those feelings with you. That's real power. Let's break this down into steps you can apply today. Step 1. Know the emotions women crave. Women aren't looking for just a nice guy. They're searching for emotional experiences. The 5 most powerful feelings to anchor are excitement, adventure, spontaneity, unpredictability, safety, emotional stability, consistency, calm strength, curiosity, a sense of mystery, depth, layers to explore, admiration, respect for your values, your passion, your drive, connection, vulnerability, being seen, being understood. Your goal isn't to talk about these emotions. It's to create them in her experience when she's around you. Step 2. Create emotional moments. Here's the key. Women don't remember what you said. They remember how they felt in your presence. So instead of chasing her or trying to prove yourself, focus on engineering emotional moments. How? Excitement. Suggest doing something unexpected. Let's try something totally new this weekend. No spoilers. This unpredictability triggers the excitement anchor. Safety. Be emotionally steady. When she shares something vulnerable, listen fully, don't try to fix it. Just be there. That moment of calm anchors you as someone who makes her feel safe. Curiosity. Don't overshare. Be open, but keep layers. Let her uncover you over time. Tease lightly, then redirect. Keep a piece of yourself reserved. Admiration. Talk passionately about your goals and vision, not to impress her, but to express your mission. Women admire men with direction. Connection. Share a moment from your past. Something real. There was a time I felt completely lost. But that's when I started building everything from scratch. This invites her into your world. Step 3. Repeat the pattern. The brain learns through repetition. If you consistently bring her into emotional states she enjoys, over time, just seeing you or hearing your voice will trigger those same feelings. That's how emotional anchoring works. Even if she can't explain it logically, she'll feel like, I don't know what it is about him. I just feel amazing when I'm with him. That's the anchor speaking. Real-life application. The emotional signature. Think of yourself as creating an emotional signature. What's the emotional experience people get around you? You can even define it. When people are around me, I want them to feel excited, safe, inspired, alive. Then ask, how can you create that more intentionally in your conversations, your energy, your interactions? Because the truth is, if you don't control your emotional signature, someone else will define it for you. A word of caution, anchoring is not manipulation. Let's be clear, emotional anchoring is not about tricking anyone. It's not about faking emotions to gain affection. It's about being emotionally intelligent, being intentional about how you show up, and learning how to impact people's internal states positively. If you're authentic, grounded, and truly want to build connection, anchoring becomes a way to bond deeper, not deceive. Here's what most men miss. It's not about getting her to like you. It's about creating moments she'll want to return to. When you master emotional anchoring, you don't need to chase. She'll remember the way she felt around you, and that memory will keep calling her back. Because in the end, people don't fall in love with people. They fall in love with how people make them feel. Be the feeling she never wants to lose. The law of scarcity. Why less access creates more desire. Here's one of the deepest psychological truths about human behavior. We want what we can't easily have. And the more available something is, the less we value it. This principle is called the law of scarcity, and when applied consciously, it becomes one of the most powerful tools a man can use in attraction. If you're always available, always chasing, always giving her 100% of your attention, you become predictable and eventually invisible. But if you learn to balance presence with distance, connection with autonomy, and interest with independence, you create an emotional pull. She starts leaning in, wondering, why isn't he chasing me like everyone else? Let's unpack how to use this with authenticity and not games. The psychology behind scarcity. The brain is wired to value limited resources. This isn't just romantic, it's evolutionary. Scarce resources meant survival. If something is rare, the brain assumes it must be valuable. That's why people wait in line for hours for limited edition shoes, or why diamonds, which are mostly symbolic, are so highly valued. It's not about the object, it's about its availability. The same rule applies to people. If you give away your time, your energy, and your attention too freely, it signals to her subconscious, this man has nothing better going on. And that thought kills desire. Step 1. Be less predictable. Stop always texting first. Stop replying instantly. Don't always be the one suggesting the next meetup. When you make yourself too predictable, you eliminate the mystery. And mystery is fuel for attraction. It doesn't mean you ignore her. It means you break the pattern. If she always expects you to respond right away, wait a bit. Let her wonder. Let her initiate. Because when she starts wondering about you, she starts thinking about you. And when she's thinking about you, attraction builds. Step 2. Create high-value gaps. One of the best ways to apply scarcity is to create gaps between your presence, and make sure those gaps are worth it. Here's what that looks like. When you're with her, be fully present. Give her your full attention, make it an unforgettable experience. When you're away, be truly away. Focus on your mission, your passions, your goals. Don't constantly check in or hover. This on-off rhythm creates an emotional pattern where she experiences you deeply, then misses you deeply. And that emotional gap becomes addictive. Step 3. Value yourself first. Scarcity only works if your time and energy are actually valuable. So ask yourself, are you working on something meaningful? Do you have a purpose beyond the relationship? Are you building a life that would exist, with or without her? If you're constantly free, constantly available, and have no direction, the scarcity becomes just an act. And women feel that. But if your time is truly limited because you're building, creating, and growing, your absence speaks volumes. She doesn't just miss you, she respects you. Step 4. Never overinvest early. One of the most common mistakes men make is overinvesting too soon. You just met her, and suddenly you're clearing your whole schedule, texting her non-stop, giving her all your attention. That energy feels desperate, not desirable. Let the connection build gradually. Be warm, be engaged, but stay centered. You are the prize too. Treat yourself like one. Scarcity is not equal to games. This is not about manipulation. It's not about ghosting, ignoring, or playing hard to get in a childish way. It's about maintaining your standards, your self-respect, and your priorities, and not collapsing them the moment someone shows you attention. True scarcity is earned, not faked. And the most attractive men? They're present when they're with her, and focused when they're not. That duality is what creates depth. Real-life metaphor. The sunset principle. Why do people stop and stare at a sunset? Because it's temporary. You know it won't last forever, so you pay attention. You feel it more. You value it more. Now imagine if the sunset lasted all day, every day. You'd stop noticing it. You'd stop appreciating it. Your presence should feel like a sunset, beautiful, intense, and just rare enough to make her crave more. You don't attract women by being constantly present. You attract them by being present when it matters, and absent when you need to build your kingdom. Make her feel your absence. Make her earn your time, not because you're playing games, but because you respect yourself enough to not give everything away for free. Scarcity doesn't mean distance. It means discipline. And discipline, in a world of desperation, is deeply attractive. The mirror effect. Reflect her world and she'll feel deeply understood. If you want to instantly build emotional connection, trust, and even attraction, there's one principle you must master: the mirror effect. This psychological technique is based on a simple truth. People are most drawn to those who reflect who they are, how they feel, and what they value. When a woman feels seen, heard, and emotionally mirrored, her brain literally releases oxytocin, the bonding chemical. And when she associates that emotional connection with you, attraction stops being logical. It becomes chemical. Let's dive into how to activate this. Step 1. Listen like a leader. Most men listen to reply. Few listen to understand. But a high-value man listens with presence, attention, and emotional awareness. Here's how to do it right. Maintain calm, steady eye contact. Give subtle feedback as she speaks. Small nods, soft smiles, a quiet, "I get that." Don't interrupt. Even if you relate to her story, let her finish. You're not listening to fix her. You're listening to feel her. And that difference changes everything. Step 2. Reflect her emotions, not just her words. The mirror effect is not repeating her words like a robot. It's about reflecting the emotion behind her message. Example: if she says, "Work has been really stressful lately," you don't say, "Yeah, work sucks." Instead, you say, "White heavy check mark. Sounds like you've been carrying a lot on your shoulders lately." Boom. She feels heard. Now she doesn't just think you're listening. She feels understood. That's the bond. When you reflect her inner world, she subconsciously thinks, "This man gets me in a way most people don't." And that makes you unforgettable. Step 3. Use labeling to go deeper. Labeling is a psychological tool where you gently name the emotion she might be feeling. It creates emotional resonance and safety. Examples: "That must have been frustrating. Sounds like that made you feel kind of invisible. I can tell that meant a lot to you." If your label is correct, she'll open up even more. If it's off, she'll correct you. And either way, the emotional dialogue deepens. Most men stay on the surface. You go beneath it. That's where real connection lives. Step 4. Mirror her energy, subtly. Psychologically, we trust those who are like us. That's why mirroring her tone, pace, or body language, subtly, can increase comfort and attraction. If she speaks softly, lower your voice slightly. If she's expressive, be a bit more animated. If she leans in, do the same after a few seconds. Never mimic. Never copy. Just attune to her vibe and match it organically. This creates a feeling of, we're on the same wavelength. And once that's felt, trust skyrockets. Step 5. Share your inner world too. The mirror effect isn't one-sided. Once she feels safe and heard, begin to reveal your own thoughts and emotions. Calmly, confidently. Tell her about a time you struggled. Share what excites you. Let her see the human behind the confidence. This mutual mirroring forms emotional symmetry, and symmetry is magnetic. Vulnerability, when expressed from strength, doesn't make you weak. It makes you real, and real is rare. A real-world example. Why therapy works. Ever wonder why people open up so quickly in therapy? Because the therapist mirrors their emotions back to them, often better than friends or family do. They feel seen, validated, and safe. You can create this same effect, not by becoming her therapist, but by becoming a man who is emotionally intelligent enough to tune into what she's feeling, and brave enough to reflect it. Common pitfall. Don't overdo it. Mirroring should feel natural, not strategic. If you reflect everything she says or agree with her just to connect, you'll lose polarity. She'll feel something is fake. Keep your backbone. You're not trying to please her. You're trying to understand her. There's a difference. Bonus. Mirror her values, not her opinions. You don't need to agree with her opinions to connect. You need to reflect the values underneath those opinions. Example. She says, I think traveling is the most important thing in life. Even if you're not a big traveler, you can say, I love that you value experience and adventure. That says a lot about how you live. Boom. Instant alignment. The strongest attraction is emotional. The fastest way to emotional connection is understanding. And the fastest way to be understood is to mirror her world back to her with strength and clarity. When you do this right, she'll walk away from every interaction thinking, I don't know why, but I feel so connected to him. Like he really sees me. And when a woman feels seen, she opens. She bonds. She chooses you. The art of suggestive confidence. Speak less, influence more. If there's one thing more attractive than loud confidence, it's quiet confidence. Not arrogance. Not fake bravado. But a calm, grounded self-belief that doesn't need validation. This is what we call suggestive confidence. It's the kind of presence that suggests power, without ever needing to prove it. And when you master it, women will feel your strength long before they understand it. Let's break it down. Why less is more? Here's a psychological truth. The human brain fills in the blanks. When you speak less, when you don't over-explain, when you don't constantly try to sell yourself, her mind begins to wonder about you. Who is he, really? Why doesn't he try to impress me? What's he not saying? And that curiosity is a spark. You become the mystery she wants to solve. Most men talk themselves out of attraction by saying too much. You, on the other hand, will use less and say it better. Step 1. Master your body language first. Before you speak, your body has already spoken. Your posture, expression, and stillness all signal whether you're in control or insecure. To project suggestive confidence, stand with your chest open, shoulders relaxed. Move slowly, deliberately, never in a rush. Make eye contact, then look away first, calmly. This subtly implies control. Smile, not to please, but because you're at ease. Your silence, paired with this grounded energy, will speak volumes. She'll feel it, even if she can't explain it. Step 2. Speak with precision. When you talk, speak clearly and intentionally. No filler words, no over-explaining, no nervous laughter. Instead of saying, crossmark, I don't know, I guess I just kind of like photography. Say, white heavy check mark. I love photography. There's something powerful about capturing a moment forever. Short, clear, grounded. This kind of speech communicates. I know who I am. I don't need to convince anyone. And that's certainty. It's electric. Step 3. Use pauses as a power move. Most men rush to speak. They hate silence. But silence, when used right, becomes tension, and tension builds desire. Try this. When she asks you something, wait a beat. Hold her gaze. Smile gently. Then answer. Slowly. That pause says, I'm not performing. I'm responding. On my terms. It shows emotional control, which is incredibly rare and incredibly attractive. Step 4. Make bold, subtle statements. Suggestive confidence lives in statements that carry double meaning. Playful, yet grounded. Example. You're talking about travel, and she says, I love Italy. You say, white heavy check mark. Italy's amazing. It brings out something wild in people. That's a light, suggestive line. It's not dirty. It's not creepy. But it implies something deeper, something sensual, without spelling it out. This kind of communication engages her imagination. And when her mind is engaged, so is her heart. Step 5. Be unapologetically you. Suggestive confidence means you don't adjust who you are to be liked. You show up as you are, flaws, edges, and all, with pride. Examples. You talk about your goals, not because they sound impressive, but because they matter to you. You share what excites you, what pisses you off, what lights you up, without checking if she agrees. And when you can do that without fear, you become magnetic. Why? Because you're not selling a version of yourself. You're owning your reality, and that makes her want to be part of it. Real-world parallel. Think of the stoic warrior. The most feared warrior isn't the one yelling on the battlefield. It's the one who's calm, quiet, and composed, because that man is dangerous. He's disciplined. He doesn't need to prove anything. His presence does the talking. That's you. You don't chase attention. You command it, through calm power. Bonus tip. The I know something you don't smile. Master this subtle move. When she says something teasing or flirty, smile slowly. Tilt your head slightly, hold eye contact, and don't say a word. Just smile, as if you know something she doesn't. This tiny move creates an insane amount of sexual tension. Why? Because it suggests confidence, dominance, mystery, without a single word. That's suggestive power. The loudest man in the room is rarely the most powerful. Real confidence doesn't scream. It whispers, and the world leans in to hear it. When you speak with intention, when you move with purpose, when you exist without needing approval, She won't just notice. She'll be drawn in. Because suggestive confidence doesn't demand attention. It attracts it. Conclusion: become the man she can't forget. Let's step back for a moment. You've just learned 7 powerful psychological principles that don't just make you more attractive, they make you unforgettable. And none of them require money, status, or looks. Instead, they require something deeper, something rare: self-awareness, presence, emotional mastery, inner strength, purpose-driven energy. These are the things that separate boys from men. And more importantly, they separate forgettable men from the ones who leave a mark on a woman's soul. Let's quickly recap what you've just unlocked. White heavy check mark, controlled presence. You learned how your stillness, calm, and eye contact can speak louder than words. That energy is the first thing she feels, long before you ever open your mouth. White heavy check mark, emotional anchoring. You now understand that people remember how you make them feel. When you become the source of safety, excitement, and admiration, you're not just liked. You're missed. White heavy check mark, the law of scarcity. You discovered that what's rare becomes valuable. By not giving your time, attention, or validation away for free, you flip the script. She starts chasing you. White heavy check mark, the mirror effect. By reflecting her emotions, values, and inner world back to her, you create a bond that feels soul deep. It's not about agreeing with her. It's about seeing her. White heavy check mark, suggestive confidence. You now know how to say less but say it better. Quiet strength. Subtle tension. That's what draws her in. You're not here to perform. You're here to radiate presence. White heavy check mark, polarized masculinity. You've tapped into your masculine core, the energy that awakens her feminine. Purpose, leadership, emotional steadiness. That's the fire she wants to dance in. But here's the truth. This only works if you live it. Watching this video isn't enough. Reading this breakdown isn't enough. You have to embody it, practice it, become it. Because attraction isn't about strategy. It's about alignment. A woman can feel instantly when a man's energy is authentic, when his confidence is real, and when his power isn't a mask, but a lifestyle. And if you're thinking, can I really become that kind of man? Here's the answer. You already are him. You've just been distracted, disconnected, undirected. This isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you truly are. A man of depth, a man of power, a man of purpose. Start small, but start today. You don't need to change overnight. Just take one of these principles and apply it today. Walk into a room with controlled presence. Slow your speech and add space between your words. Choose to listen deeply without interrupting. Go an entire day without chasing validation from anyone. Write down your purpose, even if it's not clear yet. These aren't tricks. They're habits of powerful men. And the more you repeat them, the more they become your default. And the more they become your default, the less you try to attract women. They're just drawn to you. Naturally. Instinctively. Irresistibly. You don't win a woman's heart by pretending to be someone else. You win it by becoming the man who doesn't need to win her, because he's already fulfilled, driven, and whole. She doesn't want a savior. She doesn't want a showman. She wants a centered man who leads himself first and leads her through presence, strength, and grounded love. That man, he's in you, right now. Don't wait to become him. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, share it with a brother who needs to hear it. And if you're ready for more, subscribe, because this journey is just getting started. You are not here to chase women. You are here to become the man that women chase. Let's build him together.